Many of us have questions about who we really are.
It feels like a mystery that we're trying to solve.
There's a part of me missing.
Night and day, questioning, who am I?
Wouldn't it be amazing at my age to find out?
Now, amazing advances in DNA technology means questions can be answered for the very first time.
So with any luck, somebody will have taken a DNA test.
A wrong was done to her. It is my duty to make right what she couldn't.
This is the perfect time for the secret to end.
Working with leading geneticists and genealogists, we're going to help people unlock life-changing secrets.
So DNA is really the only way that we can go.
Through the power of a DNA test.
The things you can do now.
Our DNA doesn't lie.
So we have your results back.
But are we ready for the truth? Every year, around 3,000 children are adopted in the UK. 37-year-old Steph started life with no information about her family. She's hoping that analysing her DNA could help her trace biological relatives.
How are you? All right?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice
Come on
to meet you.
in.
I'm Stacey.
Steph, come on
Thanks
in.
for having me. Thank you.
Right, that's all right.
And you're not from Southampton, are you?
No, I was born in Durham, and I think I moved here about 12, 13 years ago. I go back and visit quite often, but I'm settled here now. You know, I've got my home and my partner and child, and it's just sort
You're
of
happy
thing.
here?
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
Why don't we start with you telling me why you want to take a DNA test?
Hopefully, to try and find my biological mother and father. June 1985 in Durham. That's where my story starts. Two young boys, they were just walking along this path on a disused railway line, heard a noise, thought, oh, I wonder what that is. They thought it was a sheep or a goat or like an animal, and investigated and just saw this little baby's head popping out of a carrier bag. And that was me.
Newborn?
Newborn. Yeah. And then they phoned the police, and the police came and picked me up and took me to hospital.
Gee.
But I was warm, I was fed, I was clean.
And then what happened?
Midwife's named me Jane, and they gave me the surname Foundling because any baby that's found is given the name Foundling. So yeah, my original birth certificate says Jane Foundling and mother and father unknown.
I'd not actually heard that term before.
Oh, had you not?
No.
There's not that many out there. The village where I was found, it was massive for that area for this to happen. They believe I was left there to be found. It was reported in the papers, and then I was adopted.
My wife and I were registered foster carers, and we'd had a few babies put into our care. I remember I was reading a newspaper. The article said that there was been a baby found just on the outskirts of Durham City, which is where we lived, and was under care. As soon as I saw the article and saw the photograph, I made a comment to my wife, and we both looked at each other and said, she's coming to us. She's destined to be our child. Lo and behold, a couple of days later, in walks a social worker with Jane. There we go. We're advised not to become attached to any of the babies in our care, but you always do. We renamed her Stephanie, and she's been with us ever since that day. I want Stephanie to have everything that she possibly can have, including the full history. So I'm fully behind her.
This is such a remarkable story.
I know, it gives me goosebumps. And it just doesn't feel real. It's like you're telling someone else's story, but it isn't, it's mine.
What was your immediate reaction when your parents said you're a foundling?
Shocked. I was 13 when I found out, and that was quite big at 13. It was a lot to take on. Where did I come from? I've got a scrapbook that I've created that has, like, the newspaper clippings, pictures of me in the hospital, like me as a newborn.
Can I see the book?
Yeah.
Thank you. Tell Steph. Oh, my word. These are just incredible.
In the newspaper articles, I managed to find the names of the two boys who found me. I then found them through Facebook and put a post up and just says, I'm looking for Paul and Craig that found a baby in 1985. Craig rang me and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, we've always wondered what had happened to you and always hoped this day would happen, that you would come and find us. And yeah, I went up to Durham and met them.
How was that?
Mad. And they're still friends now, which is really nice. And they're just two of the nicest men you could ever meet. As I've got older, I don't want to leave it too late to try and find my biological mother and father. I just think if I left it too long, maybe I wouldn't get to meet them.
Is that the goal, then? You'd like to meet them?
I'd like to. Yeah. I think that would be the main thing. But anything that is to be found would be something.
You come here a lot, right?
Yeah, it's so calming and peaceful and, no, it's just a nice little place to come.
Looks brilliant. If we were able to establish who your biological parents are, presumably there'd be questions.
Yeah. Why? And has she ever thought of me over the years? Because she must do. I couldn't imagine carrying my little boy for 9 months. You know, feeling him move, feeling him kick, hearing that first cry, and then have to get rid, basically. I do wonder what situation she was in to do that.
Until now, Steph has known nothing about her origins except for the location she was found in as a baby. With millions more people joining DNA databases every year, there's a chance she may now be able to discover her identity.
It's lovely to meet you.
And you?
So how can I help you?
I'm a foundling and would like some help, hopefully, trying to find my biological mother and father.
So what do you know?
Where I was found.
That's it.
And on the day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't have anything.
So this is going to be quite an unusual case for us and quite a difficult one.
Yeah.
Because ordinarily we use both DNA, but also, you know, going through birth, marriage, death records, this kind of thing. So we have no family name to go on.
Nope.
So DNA is really the only way that we can go.
Yeah.
It's the first time working on a foundling case. This is going to be one of the hardest cases I have ever taken on. If we are able to home in on one or both of your parents, they may not want to be found. Have you thought about that?
Yes. It'd be quite difficult, I think, but maybe she'll see that I'm quite positive about it. But I've come to peace with what happened, and I think now's the right time to do it.
I can promise you we will pull out all the stops.
Thank you.
So obviously this is going to take some time.
Yeah.
We'll get to work, and then we'll see you in a few months' time and hopefully be able to give you some answers.
Yeah. I've waited 37 years, so what's a couple of months?
Exactly.
Until the 1980s, adoption records were often left incomplete, missing information such as ethnicity. 60-year-old Mark wonders if analysing his DNA could prove what he was told as a child about his ancestry.
Hello.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
All right, darling. Yeah,
Morning.
lovely to meet you.
Likewise. Really nice to meet
yeah,
you.
come in.
Thanks for having me. So, Mark, tell me what your question is. What is it that you want to find out?
Who I am, really, Stacey. I was adopted into a wonderful family. Always told my mum was a white Warrington girl and that my dad was Egyptian, and they thought he was a student here in the UK.
And you took that as fact?
Yeah, because there was nothing to confirm it or not. So I got on with my life.
I'm dealing with it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's in the box. Let's leave it in the box.
Yeah.
I joined the police in 1983. Got married to Izzy, who was a police officer. We had 2 children, Seb and Gabby. When Gabby was first born, she was handed to me, I just collapsed. She was my first blood relative. Years later, Izzy and I went to Egypt for a holiday. I'd always had the desire to go there. The minute I landed, it was like, welcome home. Whilst we were walking around, just looking at the other men, kind of thought, I look like you. I felt a level of comfort in that I looked like the people there. That's how I've lived my life, assuming I'm half Egyptian. The point came when I decided to actually start getting some facts. And that all stemmed out of a conversation in the car with the children. Gabby says, Daddy, why are you brown? Grandma's white. And it's like one of those, whoa, hang on a minute. And then we had this conversation about, well, you know, Daddy's adopted and, you know, my daddy was brown and he's Egyptian and my mummy was white. This conversation with Gabby really sort of started to change things. I then contacted social services, get a load of papers. It doesn't say anything about my dad. I was like, hang on a minute, where's the bit about Egypt in here? You know, no, it's not there. So have I been living a lie? What culture should I feel part of?
Am I right to go and say hello to Izzy and the kids?
Yeah, come say hello.
Hey! Hello! Hi!
Hi, I'm Izzy.
Lovely.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. How are you feeling?
Good. I mean, yeah. I'm pleased that Mark's trying to find the last piece of the jigsaw.
Because I suppose, Izzy, from your point of view, this has also been a massive part of your life for 30 years or so.
Yeah,
Hugely emotional.
it is. Yeah. I'm just glad that he's made that final decision to make the full circle, as we call it. Not just for him, but for, you know, our children and their children.
And Gabby, really, you were a bit of a catalyst, really.
Yeah.
From your point of view, how are you feeling about things?
Excited, but there's obviously, I think, a part of me that's a bit nervous. Whatever Dad feels, I'm going to feel, but I think it's definitely like the right thing for him.
And that's it. Do you know what's beautiful? It's so obvious that you're going to be so supported.
My rocks. I'm a very lucky man.
Mark hopes that by having his DNA analysed, Turi and the team will be able to confirm if what he has believed all his life is true.
Hi.
Hello. It's lovely to meet you.
And you, and you.
So how can I help you?
Well, Turi, I'd always been told by my adopted parents that I was half Egyptian. So I've always kind of clung on to that identity. I then get the Children's Services records, and there is absolutely nothing about Egypt. So I guess my DNA question is, can you help me find my roots?
I am really confident we'll be able to tell you something about your biological father's ancestry. The way that works is take your DNA and it's uploaded to databases around the world. They don't sequence all of it. It's not looking at your entire genome. It's looking at little tiny windows of your DNA where we know people tend to differ between one another. And it takes chunks of those and it goes, right, where's this chunk of DNA from? Where is it most closely matching in our database? And we're going to be looking at the DNA that we think comes from your biological father's side and where that seems to come from.
Wow. So are you as confident as you can be that you'll be able to say, I'm from this region or that region?
Yeah. So I say I'm really confident that we're going to be able to tell you something about your ancestry on your biological father's side.
Wow. I'm open now to just knowing the truth about my own culture. It would be completion, I think.
Turi and the team will now analyse Mark's genetic code and DNA markers to try and reveal his father's ancestry. Steph was one of only a few babies left to be found in the UK in the year she was born. Her adoptive parents have always supported her search for birth family.
I had the best childhood with my mum and my dad. My dad is very, very, very supportive. I've always known I was adopted. It was never a secret in our household. We'd talk about it, and I think that was always an easy way for me to process it, and I always appreciate that.
Hey, Steph. How are you, love? All right?
I'm good, are you?
Yeah, great. I'm now.
Just hopefully get some results soon.
I'm pleased that you're searching now because it'll bring answers to you that you need. But there's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing to be worried about because whichever way it goes, it doesn't change the centre of your life, which is your family.
To have to be part of the journey, it's nice. It's nice that you're here and you'll be there when the results are given and beyond whatever the result is. And I know that if I need to talk to you, I can still come and talk to you and ask you.
Yeah.
And maybe there'll be...
And hopefully more to come.
Yeah. Right then.
And we'll see you later, Steph.
Yes.
Take care. A search for a biological family, I think, is the most natural thing for anyone to do. I will be as supportive as I can for Stephanie. If she needs anything, whatever the outcome, she will always be my daughter.
I struggled for many years, many, many, many years, being left in a carrier bag on an old railway line. If every time I told someone my story I cried, I'd have no tears left. I have a lovely life. I've got a beautiful home, I've got my partner, I've got a beautiful son. To know I have that support, that definitely makes it easier.
Stephanie, come on in.
Hello.
Come sit down.
Hello.
Hello. It's lovely to see you again.
And you?
When you first came to see me, it was because you wanted to see if you could find out who your biological parents are.
Yeah.
We had absolutely nothing to go on, and we are completely at the mercy of who has already coincidentally taken a DNA test. I have to tell you, we have not got the identity of your biological parents yet. But obviously we are not going to stop there. And we have good news. We have found genetic relatives of your biological parents.
Wow. Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Yeah. You were getting over 350 fourth cousin or closer matches.
That's big.
The bad news is that normally if we've got somebody and we're looking for one side, we can park one side of the family to one side and we can start to concentrate on another one. When we're getting your matches, who are they and how are they related to you? These are your genetic relatives, but we don't know, is this mom's side or dad's side? And we don't know that for either side of things.
Yes.
And we were finding that you were getting matches coming into very, very large families. There are at least 15 people who might be one of your biological parents.
Really?
So with large, extended families like this, it's often very hard to track them down. And some of the families had really common surnames.
Yes.
And that makes it really hard because when you are doing the searches, how do you know you have got the right person? So it did take months to do this, but it brings us to where we have got to now. The only way we can really narrow it down at this point is to ask people to take a DNA test. But I'm so pleased to tell you that some of these people are happy to try and help you.
Really?
Yeah. So some of these family members have taken DNA tests.
Wow.
We are so close with this. So I'm really hopeful that in the next couple of weeks, we might be able to tell you
A bit more.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. 37 years. Just a few weeks to wait.
That we will be able to give you some more answers. We will do everything we can to find you a close relative who will hopefully, in time, be able to tell you more about your biological family.
Wow.
Steph, how are you?
Good. How
All
are
right.
you?
Yeah, spot on. Really well. Oh, it's been a while. How are you feeling?
Nervous. Very nervous.
So the last time we were together, we were with Turi, and I think Turi was really quite clear about the fact that this was going to be incredibly difficult because your situation and your story was so incredibly unique.
Very unique.
I think it's really important to be really clear early on in this conversation. We haven't been able to establish who your biological parents are.
Yeah.
But we have found some really exciting information that we wanted to share with you face to face. And that is, we have been able to identify a first cousin, which we know because of the percentage of the DNA you share. She's really excited.
That's good.
That's really good. That's for you. Off your cousin.
Hi, Stephanie. I understand that DNA results have shown that I'm your first cousin. And I am wondering if you'd like to be in touch and perhaps meet up if you want to. I'm happy to pass on my number if you wish. And hopefully together we can find out how you fit into our family. Even though you might not get the answers you are looking for, you've always got a family member with me. If you'd like to get to know me, it is wonderful to have a new addition to our family. Hope to speak to you soon. It's really nice and accepting.
So I'm right in thinking that this is your closest biological relative that you've heard from?
Yeah. Knowing that one of her aunts or uncles is my biological parent, I can't get that out of my head right now. Yeah, so you think 38 years ago, I had nothing, like no connections whatsoever, and now a first cousin that's biologically related.
Sat here now, do you think you would quite like to meet her? Do you think you would quite like to try and have some kind of relationship?
Yeah. Like, obviously, I've always been interested in wanting to find family. And it's always a fear of being rejected. And I haven't been. Like, it's nice to be welcomed and not have a door shut in my face.
And I guess it's up to you in terms of what you want to do next.
Yeah, I think it would be getting in touch, which is exciting.
Really exciting.
I think I need to let it digest a little bit first. Just get my head around it. It's quite big.
Although Steph's cousin chose not to be filmed, they have met up and they're hoping that together they can help build more of her family tree.
To have someone who is blood related that is me, to have that now, it's massive. It's huge. My dream would be to find my biological mother and just say thank you, you gave me life. And I've made a positive from a negative. And hope that that gives her some peace.
In Ireland during the 1940s, the stigma meant that most unmarried mothers had no option but to place their babies for adoption. 72-year-old Viv is hoping DNA testing can find her older sister, who was taken from her mum as a baby.
How are you? Likewise, are you all right?
Yeah, good.
Stacey.
Oh, nice to meet you.
How's things?
I'm good.
Good. These photos are incredible.
Yeah, I'm a bit over the top, but
No.
I'd rather have pictures of my children and my family around me.
How many kids have you got?
Two, boy and a girl.
Oh, perfect.
Quite lucky, really.
So Vivian, what is it that you want to find out about your DNA?
I'm looking to find my sister.
And how is it that you don't know who your sister is?
Well, all my life, it was only me and my mother. When I was about 8 or 9, we were sat in the bedroom and, she just said, look, it's been on my mind. Many years ago, before you were born, I had a baby, but we weren't allowed to keep the baby, and I know. Sad, really.
Do you remember how you felt, Viv, when your mum sat you down and said, you've got a sister? Do you remember that moment?
I do, actually, and it's so surreal. I couldn't believe it, really. I always wanted a sister. I used to say to Mum, why can't I have a sister or a brother, And there it was, I had one, but no chance of finding her. My mother was born in Ireland. When she was 17, she fell in love with a married man. She fell pregnant. A single mother was frowned upon in those days. At that time, it was a dreadful thing. So it was arranged for her to go in a mother and baby home in Dublin. Mummy had the baby there, and she called her Veronica. 6 weeks after the baby was born, it was Easter, so she went to church. When she got back to the mother-baby home, baby was gone. She was taken.
She just got back from church and she wasn't there.
She was gone, yeah.
You can't imagine how you'd feel, can you? You
No. Just to come home and find an empty cot, I mean, it's just so cruel.
Yeah. So what do you think happened to your sister?
I'm just hoping that would have been an arranged adoption, but we don't know. I mean, after that, she couldn't stay in Ireland. The memory and everything, she just wanted to get away. And she came to England. And then 7 years later, she had me.
It sounds to me like you've been thinking about this for such a long time. It's enormous.
I've tried to find my sister. There was no information, nothing to go on. I'm 72 years of age. It's important to me now. Not wasting any more time. I just want to try and find her. Oh, it would just be so wonderful. It'd close you, wouldn't it?
Viv has been trying to find her missing sister for most of her life. She's now hoping DNA can finally solve the mystery.
Come on in, come sit down. It's lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So how can I help you? What are you looking for?
Well, I have a lost sister and I would like to find her, if possible.
Mm-hmm. So what do you know so far?
Well, I know very little. I just know that my mother had the baby and it was born in either 1943 or 44, I'm not quite clear on that, in a mother and baby home in Dublin.
Do you have a name or anything?
I know my mother called her Veronica, but whether that, was kept, I really doubt it, but that was her name before she was adopted.
Yeah. We're aware that in Ireland there were some illegal adoption practices where a child was registered immediately under the adoptive parent's name. So she may not know that she was adopted.
Right.
The tricky thing with this is we don't know the name of the mother-baby home or where it was in Dublin.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I've never pursued it till now, because I had so little information.
Fortunately, DNA testing is really, really popular in Ireland. So with any luck, somebody will have taken a DNA test.
Yeah.
I suppose the other thing to bear in mind is, given her age, it could well be that she's passed away.
I've got to be realistic, with the time and age involved. I'm just trying to think positive.
Yeah.
At the moment, there's a chance, and that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Viv's DNA will be analysed, and Turi and the team will see if they can find genetic matches that will reveal information about Viv's Irish sister. Mark has lived his whole life believing he's half Egyptian. Soon, DNA results will reveal if this belief is true.
I know nothing about my dad. I haven't even got a name, so where do you go? As an adult, I still get asked where you're from, what your origins. I'd love to have a definitive answer. The time has come where I need to deal with that for my kids and for my grandchildren. So it's important for them, I think.
Oh. Losers pick the balls up.
Bingo.
Well played.
Oh, you did so well.
Coffee time.
How you feeling?
I feel a bit nervous, if I'm honest. It's just, my story has always been your dad was Egyptian. For 50-something years, that's what I've told you. That's what I've told my friends.
It's a big thing, isn't it?
I think there's an aspect, though, you're never going to be 100% prepared for it.
No,
Whatever
it's
happens.
still going to be a shock, I'm sure.
And so don't put that pressure on yourself. And if you actually think about it directly, what's actually going to change? It's not going to affect your friendships. It's not going to affect your relationships. It's, you know, wherever you come from, whatever you are, use it as a positive.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah. You will still be, you know, Dad. You'll still be who you are.
Yeah. And you'll still be bad at tennis.
Hi.
It's lovely to see you again.
And you, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, thanks, yeah.
Good. So when we first met, you had a question around your ancestry. And I believe your adoptive parents had told you they thought that your father was Egyptian.
Yeah.
And that was one of the really just the few bits of information that you had about him. So what we did was we upload your DNA to worldwide databases. And then what happens is your DNA is matched against different populations in the world. Now, if your father was Egyptian, I would be expecting matches with reference populations in Egypt and surrounding areas. And that is not what we were getting.
Sorry. You know, I was Egyptian. That's what I've always said. That's always what I've believed. It's a bittersweet moment, really, because I've got to jettison my identity now that I've lived with for 60 years. So it's just weird, Turi.
Do you want to know where your biological father was from? Do you want me to keep going?
Please.
Your results were really clear in terms of where your biological father was from. So the matches that you're getting are all coming from Northwest India, Pakistan, and you're getting a lot of matches around the Punjab region, this region here.
Okay.
So from looking at the genetic data, it's suggesting your father's from the Punjab.
Wow.
In order to then be able to go any further and say anything more specific, we then need to start having a look at who you're matching on the databases. So I uploaded your DNA, and there was a match, a biological distant cousin on your father's side.
Okay.
That allowed us to start to concentrate on building their tree. And that led us to a particular surname. And it is a surname which comes from the Punjab region in India. That led us to a family of 3 Sikh brothers. And we know that they came over here in the 1950s. And from everything that we can see at the moment, we believe that your biological father is one of these 3 brothers.
Oh. Is he still alive?
Of the 3, 2 have passed away, 1 is still alive. There are going to be half-siblings and nephews, nieces, cousins.
Oh, man.
We've got contact details for the families, and DNA testing would be what would be required to be able to narrow down and clarify which of those 3 brothers it is. Now, we wanted to give you the choice here because we want you to be able to decide whether or not you want to take this any further or whether or not that is enough information for you right now. And we really would stress that you take the time to talk to the adoption intermediary. There is no rush. You know, we will support you in whatever decision you make.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's a lot to take
Wow. And how old would the surviving one be?
in. He is 93 years old.
I haven't got too long, have I? Okay.
But take your time.
Bless you. Thanks, Turi.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
Thanks.
Hello. Busy. Good to see you. All right.
Yeah.
Well done.
How you feeling at the minute?
It's just like having the rug pulled from under you, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just stunned.
No, you're absolutely right. You've thought that your biological father was an Egyptian man for 6 decades, and we're now saying, actually, your DNA looks quite different to what you were told.
He now knows the truth.
Yeah.
And that's part of the journey, isn't it?
Turi has found these 3 brothers,
Yeah.
2 of them no longer around, but there is a guy who's still alive, and that's either your uncle or your father. And there will be other family members.
Sounds like there's good genes, isn't it? 93.
I know, yeah.
Next steps might be to do nothing. Next steps might be to reach out.
Yeah,
It'll be joint decisions.
sounds good.
But Izzy will have the final say. It's unbelievable, really, you know, knowing your heritage. It's a very deep human need, which I've been without until today.
It's been 4 months since Viv took a DNA test to try and find her older sister, who was taken away as a baby. In order to trace her, there will need to be a match to a very close relative on the DNA databases.
No matter what, family is everything. Look at the ponies, darling. Since Mum has passed, there's only me and my 2 children and my darling little granddaughter. Oh, kiss the nice horsey. I've always thought about my sister. My whole life I've done so many things on my own. And I do think about her and I want to know about her life. if she'd had children, if she's been happy, if she'd had a good life.
Today, Viv and her son Mark have come to find out if Turi can give them any answers about her missing sister.
Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Okay.
It's lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, so when you first came to us, it was to see if we could trace your sister.
Mm-hmm.
You thought her name was Veronica, but you didn't have terribly much information to go on. So we knew that this was going to be quite a long shot. So we do have your results back. And I can tell you, we got a really interesting first match, who is a distant cousin.
Really?
Yeah. So when I'm building out their family tree and looking at their family tree, they have somebody in their tree called Veronica.
Really?
So what we did was we got in contact with the family and asked if one of them could take a DNA test just to confirm that this was your sister. And it was.
Oh, God. Wow. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just,
Of course, of course. Tell me when you're ready, okay? Your sister was given to a couple who adopted her. They probably had no idea she was taken from your mum.
Oh, gosh.
She grew up in Dublin. She married a chap called Joseph and had 3 children.
Oh, wow. I didn't expect this.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah. So she's still called Veronica?
She was called Veronica.
Right, okay. She's passed away?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
No. It's...
1971.
Oh, gosh.
She was 25. She was incredibly young. She left a very young family.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's sad. But I'm still so pleased to have a story.
Yeah.
Family.
I'm going to draw you out a family tree. Okay. So, there's Viv. There's Veronica. There's Joseph. There's son. It's David.
David.
And he is the one who very kindly agreed to take a DNA test for us. That's Joseph Jr.
Yeah.
And that's Teresa. So you're an auntie. And you're a great auntie. They have children. You have suddenly got quite a lot of family.
Unbelievable. Oh, Mum would be so pleased.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just pleased you found her, really. But I've got 3 lovely... What will they be, nieces and nephews, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Never said that before.
And great nephews and nieces.
Oh, I can't thank you enough.
You're
Julie.
welcome.
So clever.
No problem.
Thank you.
Well, you're going to go and see Stacey next. And I know she's got a bit more information for you.
Thanks. Right, lovely.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I can't thank you enough. They found her. She's died.
Oh, what do you mean? That was might be a possibility.
She died at 25.
Oh, dear.
Hi, Stacey. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's good news. It's sad, well, bittersweet, but beautiful.
Viv.
Hello. I'm really, really pleased that she's been called Veronica. Mummy would be over the moon to know she kept that name.
Your sister?
Yeah, my sister, yeah. I just thought that piece of paper would have been blank. So sad that she died at such a young age with 3 little children. It's so sad. But I've got, you know, a girl and 2 boys there.
Auntie Viv.
Yeah, sounds good. That sounds pretty good to me. Oh, it's just wonderful.
Well, I've got a bit more to tell you, if that's okay.
Brace yourself.
Would you like to see a photo of your sister?
Wow.
This is your sister, Viv, when she was little. We think it was her Holy Communion.
Oh, bless. Wow. Oh, my goodness, yeah.
It's Veronica.
It's your sister.
Oh, gosh. You can see she's cared for and loved, though, can't you?
Isn't she lovely? She's immaculate, that little coat.
I know. And a little handbag. Oh, wow. She's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We're not alike, though.
Well, you say that.
I don't know.
Let me show you this. So this is your Veronica when she was older, and all I see is you.
Really?
That's her with Joseph, her husband.
Well, a lot more on that, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I can see a resemblance there now, yeah. Yeah, she's got the high cheekbones sort of thing, and I can see Mum's jawline there.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a little bit of me actually there now.
I can tell your sisters.
It's just, oh God, it's unbelievable. I've often wondered if we were alike, and
Don't have to wonder anymore.
no.
So you're Veronica, your sister. She had 3 children.
I've got other children.
And this is them. David, Joseph, Teresa.
Wow.
My cousins.
That's right, yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Can still see Mummy there. She's got very much her bone structure. Oh, wow, can't believe it.
Wow.
Well, we've been in contact with them,
Right.
and they've actually sent an email. Right here, Viv.
I don't know if I can read it. Can't read because I've not got my glasses on and I'm a bit emotional today.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Hi, Vivian. I hope this finds you well. My name is David. I am the oldest of 3, brother Joseph and sister Teresa. We have 8 children between us.
Gosh.
Our mother grew up within a very loving family. We were told that she was a fantastic Aran knitter. None of us had any idea that our mother was adopted, and it came as a bit of a shock. But on digesting the information, I realised that this has given us a reconnection to our mother. I would be more than happy to keep in touch if you so wish to. Kind regards, David.
Well, that's wonderful. It's lovely that they want to know me as well, because it could have turned out the other way.
I'm just so pleased you got this outcome. I know it means so much to you.
Oh, wow. I've got a bit of emailing to do now, haven't I? A few weeks ago, I'd never even seen a photograph of my sister. But now I'm about to meet 3 of her children for the first time. You hope they're going to like you, which hopefully they will. I mean, you just don't know. You know, it'll complete the circle for me, and I'm hoping it will for them.
There's just so many questions, though, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
My heart is starting to pump now.
This has given us a reconnection to our mother.
I can't wait to see what she looks like.
How are you?
Oh, hello, lovely. Hello. Oh.
I can't believe it. Lovely to meet you too.
It is, though, it is.
It's so like Mummy.
Really?
I can't get over the light. I'm just mesmerised.
Oh, bless.
With the Irish accent as well. Well, I brought this little album just to show you of the family. That's Mummy. Young, look at the hairstyle.
Oh, my word, yeah.
So that's Uncle Anthony.
I could have left my rollers in and I would have looked like that. You both have the cheekbones, but if you look at Mum's cheekbones in the picture, you know, the cheeks, you know, you both, yeah. Bless. So have you got siblings? Have you got them?
No, it's just me.
Just
I was the only one, and
Oh.
that's why it was so important to me to find Veronica.
No. You never got to meet her, you know what I mean? It was just...
I know,
You know,
but
that's the hard bit.
Looking at you here across the table, I can actually see parts of my mum in you. And I tell you, it's just, it's absolutely wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Bless.
It's an emotional day.
I think so.
I've never been an auntie. I've never been really called auntie before, and it's just so wonderful.
So, Vivian, that means you owe us presents for Christmas,
I know.
birthdays. We have to be all posted.
Oh, it's not going to be too expensive. I'm not a wealthy woman.
Yeah, should we have a look at the pictures then? Right then. But who's this?
Baby mummy.
Baby mummy. Is that baby mummy or baby Toby?
Baby mummy.
And who's that?
Mama's king.
It is.
Should we put 20 quid on it?
Yeah, let's make it a bit competitive.
Oh! Bloody in, isn't it? He's like a steam train. He takes 10 miles to start.
Let's open it more. Let's do another page.
I always think, what happened to my dad? Always. My father came from China and disappeared when I was about 18 months old. Mum always thought he was dead. Whatever happens, he'll always be my father.
I know that I'm half Scottish. I don't know the other half. I'm trying to find that part of me that's missing.
My family now, in this time, in present moment, is very important for me.
We did get some matches.
Yeah.